Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we want to take you through one of Athearn's new products, the SD80, and show you some of the really cool features that we've built into this decoder to help make this model more fun for you to run. So let's get started. Okay, so some of the first features we're going to talk about are the lights. So for this, we're going to leave the model quiet so that we can really show you what's on this model. So first off, of course, there's LEDs, and you're going to see the headlight. And function 5 turns on the ditch lights. And when we blow the horn, you can see that the alternating flashing ditch lights take place. Now, CV59 will adjust the flash rate, so you can adjust this to your heart's content. Now, function 6 will turn on the number boards. Now, as you can see, they are extremely dim. And also noticed, if you can see in the picture, is this model does come equipped with truck lights. And the truck lights are turned on automatically as soon as track power is applied. Now, the reason I point these two out is because these are a Tsunami2 unique feature called on-off brightness 1 and on-off brightness 2. And so what this does is this allows you as the user to adjust the brilliance of these lights using a CV. So for the truck lights, these are set up for on-off brilliance 1. So we can take CV61 and we can adjust it up or down to our heart's content. So right now I'm going to set this brilliance to 255, which is full brilliance. So now you can see in the picture how that truck light has really come on shining bright. But now if I want to take it down, we can just adjust CV61 again. This time I'm going to adjust it to a value of 100. So it's dim, but it's bright enough that you can see it. Now next up, of course, is the number boards, and this is set up to on-off brilliance 2. Now on-off brilliance 2 uses CV62 to adjust the brilliance. So when I set CV62 to a value of 255, you can see how much brighter those number boards just got. Now the good news is, again, you can adjust this to your heart's content. So we're going to take CV62, we're going to set this to a value of 125 and see what it looks like. And that may be a little dim for you, so let's take CV62 and set it to a value of 150. And that adds a little bit extra brilliance, but the good news is you can adjust this to your liking. Now also on this model, we have the opposite direction red marker lights. These are designed to mark the end of the train. And especially in the Northeast, these models for Conrail were used as the coal train, and they were used a lot of times as pushers. So now when we turn on function 24 and we change directions, you're going to see that the headlight and the ditch lights go out, and then you're going to see the red classification lights turn on. Now this is because, again, this is marking the end of the train. So if I start to move my locomotive, you'll see that those red lights are going to be on in the opposite direction of travel. So when we change directions again, you see that those go out. Now this is a feature that SoundTraxx has allowed you to have any of those lighting effects directional. The good news is if you want to take those away from directional control, you can adjust CVs in the model to do that. So this is also on the rear of the model. Now that we've changed direction of our locomotive, let's turn on the headlight. And as you can see, we're in the forward direction. So now we're going to go ahead and turn on function 24. And you can see that those red lights have illuminated. Now when I change directions, the red lights go out and the reverse light comes on. So again, this is directional, and the red lights are on the opposite direction. So you can adjust this for your own tastes. Okay, so now that we've turned our locomotive back around, we're going to go ahead and unmute the locomotive. And you're going to notice that the prime mover sound is pretty loud, which is great out of the box. But with SoundTraxx Tsunami2 products, you can adjust every sound effect, not just a couple of sound effects here and there. So in this case, if we wanted to turn the prime mover sound down or up, we can use CV131 to adjust. And you have a range of 0 to 255, 0 being off and 255 being max volume. So we're going to go ahead and change this. We're going to drop the prime mover volume down to 100. And you can hear how much volume that has changed already. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the bell. Now the reason I mentioned the bell is I've had a few calls from people saying that the bell is a little too quiet. Now, when comparison to that super loud prime mover, I'm sure it can be drowned out pretty easily, but that's a good volume for the bell if you're in a small environment. But the good news is, again, you have independent control. So in this case, we're going to take CV130 And we're going to set this to a value of 150. And you can hear how much louder that bell has gotten. Now every sound effect has its own volume control, whether we're talking about the horn, the whisk, the bell, the prime mover, all the way down to things like relay clicks, wheel clickety-clack, brake squeal, and even including but not limited to Fireman Fred's toilet flush. So guys, this is just a quick overview of some of the things that you can do to help customize your Athearn SD80MAC to match your model and your operation habits. So now that we've shown you all of the really cool things that are in this Athearn SD80MAC, now you can go to the store confident in knowing the Tsunami2 decoder is the best choice for your model. Now these are available in retail stores now, so be sure to get yours today.